Right. Hello, good morning. It's High Priestess Jamila. I am not going to be here that long, probably about maybe 20 or 30 minutes. Um, I'm actually getting ready to go back to sleep, probably like maybe 9 o'clock last night, and got woke clock this morning by an Amber Alert. Goodness gracious. So I've been up ever since, and I'm about to go back to sleep. But Spirit led me to come and speak about this real. I did have this title, Karmics don't mind wasting their life, aka time, but they're not karmics. Um, they're more so parasites or spiritual parasites that will attach themselves to someone that you may have a karmic soul tie connection with. Um, but but karmic is the wrong word to use for spiritual parasites, spiritual stalkers, people that try to form cords to you spiritually. You have no connection with these people whatsoever, and they are there to take and take and take. That's the only reason why they're there. That's what a parasite does. It feeds. It feeds off of a host, and you're the host. Okay. So unfortunately, there are a lot of people that are considered to be spiritual parasites. Um, they can't help but to be spiritual parasites because it's just in their nature. I believe that these people, the reason why they operate the way that they do is because that's what they are. That's literally what they are, is spiritual parasites. I think a lot of people are very intimidated by them or either glamored by them, but it's very different from vampirism. It's very different from vampirism. Vampirism is something totally different. If we were actually dealing with a real spiritual vampire, it would literally suck life force out of you. You die. You wouldn't still be alive. So parasites versus vampire, two different things. Parasites will feed off of whatever. They'll feed off of feces. They typically feed off of like, for example, if they see a person having a bad day, these are the type of people that is in their spiritual nature to try to make it worse on you. Okay. And they already have an agenda. They do. They've had an agenda from the beginning, and it's just who they are. They don't have the capability to love anybody, which is why you don't. This is why they're able to do such disgusting things. And parasites can come in a male or a female form. Some people are just parasites. They are, and they attach themselves to people through these little, they're very thin cords. Depending on how much you feed them, the cord will get thicker and thicker. But the cord kind of starts out very, very thin. It's a spiritual etheric cord is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so there is always a workaround for them. This is how I've been able to continuously run a successful business for the past 6 years. The way that you're going to be able to distinguish a parasite is somebody that always has an opinion about your money. They're always pocket watching. They're always watching. This is why you can't hang around with people like that, because especially if you are starting a business or running a business. And by the way, guys, I do have a new ritual up on the website. I was going to put up a promo for businesses If you guys are interested in spiritual work to ensure that your business is secure, stable, and has longevity. Parasites, the way that they think, and see, this is how you can tell people in society are very parasitic. They always think in the terms of endings. Oh, well, this person has this, but it's gonna end. It's gonna stop. That's why they're obsessed with with driving a lot of you guys off of YouTube or driving you out of your businesses, or that's why they're obsessed with destroying your business because they're parasites. Now, there's a difference between that and banishing a harmful person. Everybody has been trying to banish the demon of poverty and his demonic minions. That's different. We're talking about the parasites, and even they will cloak themselves as if they are not into that, but they're definitely into this, being this destructive force in people's lives. Okay. So you guys can get at me because regardless to what anybody says, my business has been successful for several years, especially the past 4 years, and it hasn't been anything that they can do about it. Nothing. All of them parasite off of their mothers. They're still living with their mothers. You can't take them seriously. And you definitely do not go to these people for any kind of spiritual advice. Don't ever take spiritual advice from a person that is like that because they'll drag you down with them. They're very cunning, the way that they do glamour work, the way that they, sort of hang on to people like a parasite. I personally have suggested that people turn away from them because, see, you're going to end up with the one with the negative karma in your life, not me. If you continue to hang around with parasitic, disgusting people, Jamila ain't got to deal with it. You ain't paying me to get rid of that mess. There's a specific way that I deal with people like that I deal with parasites. And I'm not going to talk about it on here. You have to contact me to get advice on that. They tend to just hang on, like they just hanging on, and you can feel it. Like for me, I can feel it. For example, when a parasitic person that is filled with parasites, when they are hanging about it, the way that spirit lets me know that they are near is by making it feel like the air is very thin, or it just kind of, it makes me feel like winded or wheezy. It does. And every single time I can call it down, and then there is the parasitic energy right there, like it. And at that moment, hey Trinity, at that moment, they're trying to form a core with you. You'll see this with women. You'll see this with women hanging around with your dude or hanging around just with people that you know. If they know that you have something energetically, they want it, so they'll try to go in through the back door. I've actually had these people stalk my children. These parasites have tried to, connect with me directly. It didn't work. So what do? They go to the next best thing, which is somebody that you know. That's what they do. Okay. People have just got to accept this because at the end of the day, my spirits are going to win. When I tell you something about a person, you need to listen because this person goes from place to place destroying things for people. And you can't befriend them. You cannot be nice to them. You can't. Stop being nice to these people. They're parasites. Okay. That's why I don't have any, that's why I don't I don't really accept everybody. I can tell when somebody's a parasite the moment that they walk up. If a person is going to enrich your life, you're going to be able to tell. If they're going to take from you, you're going to be able to tell. You can from you. They are very cunning. This one that hangs around, she hides behind the Bible, and literally whenever she comes around, it feels as though she's trying. So weird. And my spirit, these parasitic people will die off. That's what a parasite does. It has a very short life cycle. Unfortunately, there are some people whose DNA derives, they have different DNA. They do. And it's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. The only thing that you need to do about it is stay away from them. You don't talk to them. You don't even look at them. These people will destroy your life. Stop thinking that you're ever going to be able to be friends with these types of people. Either you are going to make it. This is what my spirits told me. And this is not about everybody, because everybody that I choose to have in my life is valuable. I don't choose nobody that is of no value or purpose. My spirits told me, they said, you want that, and they'll make it happen. They're making it happen. And they're giving people warnings every single day. Listen, my spirits came to me, my spirit guides. Listen, you know that that vision that you're going to have is going to happen. You'll be in that lake house, the farmhouse lake house, and you're going to forget all about these parasites. And it is what it is. This is the reason why I don't take up with any of them. If you notice, even sometimes if you're allowed to be in my chat room, that means that my spirits accept you. Most of these people can't even come into my chat room. They're not allowed because they are parasites. These are people that are making people sick. If you notice that after you deal with them, you'll just start getting sick when they come around, or when they say anything to you, you'll notice that you'll just start like you just don't feel right. Like it's just like ew. Okay. And see, the reason why they're hanging around with your men is because your men don't know the difference. They think they getting butterflies. No, you ain't getting butterflies. What's happening is that you're being fed off of. That's what happens. Okay. So if High Priestess Jamila tells you, get away from that person, stay away from that person, you need to listen, because eventually, because they can't destroy Jamila. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Or they are Christian, it may be somebody like they'll energy harvest and attach to your husband, to your wife, to your children. They will attach themselves to to your cats, your dogs. They'll try to, they'll go in through any means necessary to pull on you, or to pull on your source of energy. They'll go through any means. That's why they hang on. That's why they hang on, and they're so desperate. Oh, there's a reason why I have so much success, is because people know that that's not what Jamila is doing. Now, I had this parasitic client, and my spirits will never let that happen again. You know what I'm saying? To where the client was very parasitic. But if you guys are not parasitic, if that's not in your innate nature to be parasitic, then my spirits, they will help you cut ties with these parasites. The main thing that I can tell you here, everything else is done in secret. Everything else I have to talk to you about privately, is protection. You have to protect your house. See, your house that you live in, the four walls that you live in, there is energy there. There is spirits there that welcomed you into that house. Then you've got your children. Then you've got your animals, your pets. You have to protect these things. You have to protect everybody in your life. So that's the first thing that you have to do. An energy parasite is going to hang on. They're a mocking. They almost are almost like, you know how like when you in love with somebody and you like and they may be tripping and you like, well, I'm not gonna let you go because this is love. I love you. They almost try to disguise themselves as that, but you know that that's not what it is. But they will try to make it look like, oh, I just because they'll try to emulate you. Okay. So like I said, imitation is not flattery. People need to quit saying that because this is exactly what a parasite does. It will try to replicate you. Okay. So, Aligned Aquarius, I'll be available later on today. They are hiding behind a mask, exactly. And you got to understand, like I don't know. I've given a lot of people the green light, but some people they get the red light. They get either the yellow light or the red light. I can tell instantly who you are, what is attached to you, and it just I can tell. So a lot of y'all do have parasitic attachments. It doesn't mean that you can't get any help. It just means that you are going to have to cut ties with those parasites. You're going to have to, because otherwise they just take and take and take and take. That's what they do. Aligned Aquarius, all of my links to my website should be below in the video description box. If it isn't, it's divineservicesapothecary.com. Yeah, your family will set you up. They will, sweetie. They will. That's something kind of different. What I'm seeing in families is demonic possession. And so, but I have seen that happen too. So that's something, unfortunately, that's happening as well. And I've seen family members sort of donate you to these people. Yeah, they will sell you out because, and yeah, parasites are very demonic. Think about they're like a virus. They're a virus, basically. They make you sick. They make you feel sick. They drain you. I had to get up at 1 o'clock this morning and I had to take an iron pill. They are pulling out of you. They're pulling out of you. Okay. Especially when it comes to women and our cycle. Okay. Hey, Jacretia. Hello. You're welcome, Aligned Aquarius. If spirit wakes you up at 3 a.m., that doesn't mean that you're the Nine of Swords. That means that there is work that needs to be done. Okay. So you may have, that I love it when spirit wakes me up because that lets me know that it's something that they trying to tell me. Yeah. So that's why I got woke up at 1 o'clock, even though it was by an Amber Alert. I knew that it was a lot going on. It was a lot more that needed to be handled, but yeah. So, um, can parasites be born from? Yeah, there are a lot of human parasites out there. You can tell because you can tell by their face. I can tell everything by a person's face. I can see your past life. I can see your current life. And if I like it, I like it. And it's not about pretty or ugly. It's not about that. You can tell because their faces will look strange. Yeah, cut the cord to them, and definitely you can feel nausea. You'll feel like your stomach is hurting. You'll get diarrhea or constipation. Yes, and what they're doing is literally all day long they're constantly trying to connect to you energetically, constantly. That's why I always tell the parasites that's always focusing on me all the time. I let them know, look, I can see you. I don't They don't care. You think that they care? They don't have normal stuff like we do. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the feeding process. We need to quit calling them karmics. Karmics is people that are there to either, and karmics can either be somebody that's meant to be in your life for a short time, or either a long time, or either forever. Karmics is very different. That's a romanticized thing. Karmics, even whether or not they're good or bad, they're there to teach you a karmic lesson or to open your eyes. A parasite is not supposed to have any connection with you at all. That's why they're constantly pushing for this connection with you, constantly. And you got to know the difference. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. That when and see, I am a woman, but I'm not an insecure woman. I'm not a paranoid woman. I'm just very keen. When I say this person is gonna do this, and that is what it is. And it's typically somebody outside of your bloodline, but aligned Aquarius. These parasites will attach. This is the entanglement. They will attach to family members. Yes, they will. And depending on your family members and their thoughts about self, their understanding, this is one of the reasons why family members are not getting along. This is one of the reasons why people are cutting each other off, because it's like, well, I can see that you got this parasite right here and I can't mess with you. So it ain't even about religion. It's not about that anymore. It's about energy. Okay, parasites, they can't really energy take from you. They don't know. They don't. That's just like with me as a witch. I know a lot about witchcraft. It's just in me. It's just who I am. So nobody can take that from me. But what they can do is corrupt. They can corrupt, and that's exactly what they're doing. Okay, and it's not just about, because a lot of people say, well, I'll just stick with family. Well, that's not it either, because sometimes a lot of us are going to have connections with people outside of our family. That's okay. The issue is spiritual nature. What is in a person's spiritual nature? The sign that I get from the cards when I throw the cards on somebody, if I see that Queen of Wands in the reverse position, it's not to say that it's something wrong with the Queen of Wands. It depends on the surrounding cards, but that's somebody that's there to corrupt, and they will try to corrupt you. Okay. And here's the thing about it is that, as cold-blooded as it is, you got to put your priorities where they need to be. These people are always going to be needing reassurance. I mean, it's constant. It's constant with parasites. It's pretty much constant with them. A person should be able to have enough of their own to sustain their normal self-worth. A parasite is going to be very different. They're going to need that all the time, and that's how you can tell as well. So their behavior is not like that of a normal person with a healthy functioning set of chakras. In fact, they work entirely different. And as cold as it sounds, You just got to let them go back to the earth. That's why I keep telling people. Okay, sweetie, I will send you my booking link when I'm done here. Okay, I'll send you the link to schedule your appointment. Okay, sweetie, I will email it to you. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so you have to be able to discern, and they look human, but not really. Like they don't. It's like when you look at them closely, it's like they're trying to look human. Some of them is straight up, you can tell something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so and you know what, they disguise themselves. They're typically trying to compete with you. A lot of your like the competitors and stuff like that, like especially y'all in social media that have these competitors, if you look at their face and the eyes, it's something that ain't right about it, and they'll be trying to disguise themselves as something that they're not, but it's a very off look, you know what I'm saying? Because all of us have our own unique look, but they tend to have the same kind of energy. Like when I look at them, it's like, what are you? And they'll try to mimic human emotion. Like humans, we all have our emotional attachments. We're emotionally attached to our children. We're emotionally attached to our money. We're emotionally attached to our pets and our men and our lovers. These people, the only attachment that they have is feeding, feeding, feeding constantly, constantly. So, and they've been trying to feed every single day. Be why be why are they trying to feed every single day? Why is it so important to them? It's so important to them because they probably getting ready to expire. Okay. I'm just keeping it real with y'all, man. You got to be careful with these people because they will take your whole life force, or either, honestly, it depends on how advanced they are. It depends on how advanced they are. Aligned Aquarius said, "What can I do today that's quick and easy as far as cord cutting and candles?" There's a video that I did. Hold on, let me link it to you real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go, right here. Yeah, because I know as a woman, I'm very emotionally attached to my children, my money, my business. My company is like my baby. It's like my baby. Um, Align Aquarius, go look at that video that I did. Um, but we'll talk, okay? But you can start with that. Like a lot of people try to discredit witchcraft and spiritual work, but I know my craft, okay? And so along with the you know witch wars and stuff like that, which I think that witches need to wise up, a lot of them, but along with the war amongst the witches, we're dealing with these parasites, and I think that people need to pay attention to that. Yeah. Yes, Christian, please be careful with who you consider to be a friend. Please. Seriously. Because you you'll be kicking it with certain people, and then the next thing you know, the people that you love and care about, they get sick and they get to dying, and you wonder what's wrong with them. And it'll be somebody close to you that'll just be, just pulling on everybody's energy, or not pulling on their energy, but corrupting their energy. And it's not good. It really isn't, because you gotta, now, aligned Aquarius, you want to ask Archangel Michael to assist you with any cord cutting, because he will guide you through the meditation as far as with cord cutting. It's like every single day, though, they're constantly trying to connect with you energetically. Every day I've noticed that they're constantly just, and they want to call themselves vampires, but they're not. A vampire is a totally different thing. I don't agree with calling them energy vampires. That's too good of because vampires are very different. Vampires do feed off of humans. They do. But they are more so an evolved human being. They've been human before, which is why vampires have emotions. They do. They are not like these people. They're not. These particular people are parasites. And it's very different. And I don't respect parasites. I don't have any respect for them. I don't have any empathy for them, especially the ones that are active parasite. There's a lot of parasitic people that don't bother folk. But a lot of these people, they all over the place. They constantly up in your damn face. It's like, what are you doing here again? And I don't care if you hate me. I'm just gonna tell the truth about you. Now, it is, like I said, I can feel everybody's energy in here. I don't feel that they're actively doing anything, and I don't feel that you guys are, but I do feel that energetic attachment. And they just, whenever they want, they usually have messed up lives, not caused by anybody else, just from fate. They are who they are. Okay. And so they usually have a lot of struggle. Like for me, starting up my company, it was, because I had family problems and stuff like that. I was dealing with that. But once I got off the ground going, I mean, I was flying. I didn't have no issues. It's nothing to me. But it just is so hard for them. You know what I'm saying? Because human beings have always found a way to survive. They don't know any other way of survival. They feel some type of way about self. And then that is when they will start to, you know, they'll start to try to get into your etheric and your physical. And that's when they'll start to form cord attachments to you. Okay. And you got to be careful with these people, because, I believe that that's why that, uh, you know, I'm not going to say anything about that, um, but they like to feed off of your pain, your suffering. They like to try to make things worse. They're not the type of people that are going to lift anybody up. In fact, even if they're saying words to you that are uplifting, the feeling is very different, because you know that that's not what they're trying to do. You know that I mean, the best thing for you to do, especially if you're an empath, they're constantly hanging around empaths. The best thing for you to do is go by how you feel. You know, but they do know how to disguise themselves because I've been fooled by them before. I have been. I've been fooled by them. And the workaround for them, I can't really discuss that, but there's always a spell for that. It is. It's always something that can be done about them. Because you'll find that you'll just be struggling as soon as you get them out of your life, things go back to normal. And they'll be going through a bunch of changes. Ooh, let me in. Let me get back in there. No, no, you can't get back in. No, you gotta go. They'll feed off of your children. They'll feed off of your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your ex. They just, and you can just tell and see a lot of times what the weakness typically is men. Men don't believe that this stuff exists. They don't. They don't. But men are gonna have to start listening. They don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll be sending them titty pics and stuff like that, and they'll become confused. Okay. So I think that the best thing for these types of people, and I can't find the video right now, but I'll link it in the community tab, is these earth jars that I did. I did them back in the summer. Um, and so I hadn't really been working with these jars the past month, and I've seen a huge difference. But I think that you'll save a lot of time with these jars because they are very protective. It's a keep out aura. I've got a jar for my throat, my third eye, my crown, and my root chakra. To protect all of those energies. Detach any parasites and problems and things of that nature. And I just put a tea light on top of it. And then I have a jar for my health, my business, my solar plexus, and my money to keep them out of that because they're constantly focused on that. And then I have a jar for love and heart chakra and sacral. Okay, because and you want to work with these jars if you work with them every day. So there's a lot of different get arounds for that. And the day that I came and showed y'all the jars, I got a really, really huge reaction um spiritually. Like the videos are still up on the channel. When I showed y'all these jars, they came for me so hard that I thought I was dying. Like, and I felt fine. As soon as I went live and showed y'all how I made these drawers, I mean, I was fine later, but and it was just a sign from spirit. And so spirit kept making these jars pop. Spirit kept making these little noises at the, like this. Like on their own, just kind of telling me, you need to work your jars because these are very good. But as far as them doing the energy attachments to other people, there's possibly more work that needs to be done with that because they will literally attach themselves and will, because they use a lot of sympathy. Okay. But y'all know that in nature ain't got no sympathy for nobody in nature. And we all know that as human beings. And so we gonna make it anyway. Every single day, I keep food in my refrigerator and I do it and I ain't got to come on here and tell nobody to feel sorry for me. Seriously. Okay. So it is what it is. And and they're just constant, you know, they are. Yeah, the lemon binding is really good. Lemons are very good for ridding you of parasites. That's why they don't like it. Lemons and limes will rid you of parasitic people. Okay, they will. Or parasitic energy. The people need to quit hanging around. When you start hanging around with them parasitic people, you'll notice that people will stop coming around you. They'll be like, I don't want to, to be around you because you're communing with this parasite. And they disguise it as, oh, well, she's just jealous of me. No, I'm not jealous of you at all. I just know that you're a parasite and I know what you're up to. Big facts. And like, I check them all the time. They need to be checked and they need to go. They need to just go. Just go. Okay. Ain't nothing good about them. All of those videos are still up. The lemon binding, I can show you how to do it. I gotta get some lemons. I don't have no lemons. I usually try to keep lemons in the house. Ooh, and you can tell when they point energy towards your house. Because your lemons, you'll get them and they'll just start rotting really fast. Or if you're doing work on them, they'll just create a funky smell. Especially when you're trying to get rid of them or banish them. It's really bad. Yeah. So, and as far as the energy harvesting, they're not really energy harvesting, they are corrupting. It's a corruption that they do. So what that does is the energy points in your body and your key, they'll either make it work backwards or they'll cause like upsets to your spirit. Like for me, I don't even have to see them to see them. I can feel them. That's just like some of the parasites that have tried to attach to me, even on YouTube. I can go straight to I've always been able to do this. Just go straight to, their videos where they're doing the parasitic infection, where they're doing the swarm or whatever you call it. And Spirit will take me right to the timestamp where they trying to put their nasty stuff off on me. So, and I can feel it. My spirits will tell me, I'll start to feel some type of way. And then next thing you know, you be having a bad taste in your mouth. You feel like you don't want to touch water or drink water. That's one of the symptoms of them, is when you feel like you can't, you know, it's really, oh God, they're terrible. And they smell bad. They don't smell good either. They smell bad, not like a regular, because you human beings, your underarms are going to have a smell if you don't put on deodorant, especially being that you're taking in all this toxic energy. It's going to smell like must. Must is normal. That's a normal smell. Unless in fact, that's our body's defenses. I noticed that when I woke up yesterday morning, I don't know what was going on. And I was like, wow, and so I immediately got in the shower when I got up. They smell like garbage. They smell like rot. Like they smell like something spoiled. They don't smell like normal human beings. It smells bad. It is bad. Okay. So there's a difference. Yeah, you can throw it in the dumpster. Um, but here's what I want to tell you. They are constantly trying to make the reconnection. If they feel that you have disconnected, they will come back and somehow try to reconnect. They're constantly trying to reconnect and form those cords with you. Constantly. Like if they see you moving on, or if you cord cut, they'll come right back trying to connect with you somehow, however way that they can. It's just the reality of it. Yeah. So they usually, the way that they make me feel is that I just kind of feel like it's almost like my iron in my body just depletes, or either it's being blocked. So there's a specific regime that I use. And then also, guys, I use a lot, like I eat liver. I love eating fried chicken livers, or either beef livers. Okay, them organ meats are good for you. Okay, and then also the greasy lean vegetables. Now, there's this whole controversy about vegetables and plants, how they have anti-nutrients in them and how they don't want to be eaten. And so there's this whole spiritual thing about that, how animals want to be eaten, but plants don't want to be eaten. That's why I would never do a plant-based diet. Now, a lot of y'all probably won't agree with that, and that's fine because I actually work with I work with people that are vegan, so I have nothing against that at all. But it's one of those things that you do have to get an understanding about that, and nature is not something that they'll be able to change. Okay, nature can't be changed, so try to understand that. But if I don't have some beef liver, because beef liver is or chicken livers, they're very high in B vitamins and iron. Then I do take iron supplementation. Christian, are you vegan, hon? Listen, I can't go there right now. Like, I can't really get into that. But and they've been trying to force this veganism on everybody. That's the one surefire way to destroy your health is through veganism. Trust me, it's not good. It's not good. Yep, it's not good. And then also people that don't drink milk, look up the spiritual properties of milk and cows. Like, you know, that like and usually people that don't drink milk, they're very spastic, they're very, very hung up, they have a lot of anxiety. Or are you vegan, Align Aquarius? Okay, good. I eat apples and fruit. I'll even eat vegan meals, but we'll talk, sweetie. We'll talk. I'm not gonna try to talk you out of being vegan, so you're safe with me. I'm not gonna push that off on you, but I will tell you that you need to like possibly do some research on that, because I know people right now who have, their health is declining because of it. Okay, good, good. So if you eat fish, then you're a pescatarian, more so. Yeah, I would never recommend that diet to anybody. I wouldn't. I love people way too much to recommend that diet to anybody. And spiritually, animals, though, especially the ones that we eat, they want to be eaten. Animals want to be eaten. That's why they eat each other. That's why animals eat each other. It's just the reality of the animal. It's just nature. Okay. So, I don't know. And I tell y'all that all the time, but you know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you eat fish, because fish is very nutrient dense. Fish is good. It is. It's just that some people can't handle steak and stuff like that, but I eat it all. I'll eat a steak. I'll eat a steak that's still mooing. I will. Christian, I love sardines. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So it's a trend. It's a trend, is what it is. It's a trend. And people, they'll say, "Oh, I'm vegan," because it's they get convinced that this is the proper, and they're even trying to be conservative about it, but you know in reality, it's not good for your body. It's not. Yeah. So I don't promote that at all, and I never would. Now, I think that it's okay if you want to if you want to. uh I think that there are certain fruits and vegetables that can be healing to the body. I don't think that it's anything wrong with short term, like very short term, like a week. But I wouldn't, yeah, don't do that. Okay, anyway, we kind of got off the subject a little bit. Um, Back to what I was saying about parasitic people. I have been paying attention and watching them for like the past few years, hard body. And the feeling that they give to me, it's not, like I said, they try to mask it to make it look like, oh, you're jealous or something like that, or you're jealous of me. No, I feel your bad energy and I don't like it. That's just that's just what it is. I can feel what you're doing and you got to go. Okay. So I'm gonna tell y'all them jars, them hoodoo women knew what they was doing when they was using them jars and stuff. Seriously. So right, they're power hungry. They're constantly, because I can tell what they think, and even though they're parasites, I can read their minds, and the way that they think is so different than normal people, and they just like, ha ha, I got you. And it's like, well, actually you haven't, because um, they're constantly, and a lot of when you see these women that are constantly they're on a mission to prove that they are a better woman than you. That's a parasitic woman. That's not somebody that somebody gonna want to keep around. You just don't keep a person like that around. But they're insecure. The reason why they're insecure is because they are corrupted. Either their DNA is corrupted, or either they were corrupted through their upbringing. One or the other. Because most of us that work, but I think it's their DNA, because most of us that had any kind of corruption when we were growing up, we were able to overcome that, but they haven't. They ain't overcame that at all. They ain't gonna never overcome it. Never. And I don't care if it's a man or a woman, whether or not it's got big booty, big titties, it's still a parasite. It is what it is. And parasites have got to go. Hey, Lisa, I imagine if you spray them with some, citronella comes up as one good way, but then tea tree oil, I need to get me some more of that. Tea tree oil is like a venom for them. Like that tea tree oil, boy, especially people that are trying to, eh, you know, uh, corrupt you. That tea tree oil is so freaking powerful. Or just tea tree, but the tea tree oil, I'll have to research where they get the oil from, because I haven't done that. But Spirit bought a tea tree oil, and citronella and stuff like that, because they're almost like bugs or something. So yeah, add some to your candle, and then we'll talk later. Okay, it'll probably be around the afternoon. Um, when I'm able to do your reading, because like I said, I got woke up by Spirit at 1 o'clock this morning. I've been up for 4 hours, so I got to get me some rest, because I think I only slept for like 3, 4 hours. So I'm gonna get me a few hours of sleep, um, and then I'll email you. Okay. Because if I just send you, if I just send you the booking link, just make sure that you schedule it for like either 11, 12ish. Okay. All right, cool, cool. And thank you so much. And any of y'all that want to get readings, because y'all know that I'm telling the truth. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You notice how when certain people come in, stuff be going well, and as soon as you get ready to Like you be feeling either that healing energy come in or the wheel of fortune coming in, and then all of a sudden here they come, and it's like, there you are, really, and then all of a sudden everybody just start getting sick and uninspired, and you got to lay down. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh God, I gotta lay down. This is not good. This does not feel good. And people that have parasites can get rid of them, but sometimes people themselves is the parasite. Like you can tell by the way they look in the face, you know? Yeah, and they always watching. It's like they got you ever see a parasite with the eyeball in the middle of the forehead, but that's all they got is one eyeball, Lisa. And it's like they can see everything through that eyeball, because I noticed that, especially when I do any kind of money work, or even when I do money work for clients, it just seems like I'm like, damn, I got to get some tea tree oil and some lemons, because you got something attached to you. And then they'll swoon in, so you can be a normal person and just have a parasitic infection, but you're normal. But a parasite is a parasite. They even look like a parasite in the face. Okay. And they'll try to disguise themselves as I'm this or I'm that. No, you're just a parasite, babe. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, now they'll say, oh, well, you're just jealous of me and you're this and that. No, it's not jealousy. It's just that I know that you're a piece of crap. Basically, you're like, it is what it is. So you were able to book it through the website? Good. Good. I'll get the email too, because they said that my website, that y'all were able to book through the website. So maybe I ain't got to go through the rigmarole of having that booking link. Okay, cool. So that works. That works too. What time zone are you in? I'm in Eastern Standard Time. Hmm. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I'm gonna fall asleep to this movie I'm watching. Jacob, he went back to sleep too, because we both got woke up, both of us. So he over there sleeping. And Jacob is so cute. You can tell that he is starting to understand, because I have a protection jar, because they'll try to mess up your kids, corrupt your kids, mess them up. They're trying to energy harvest, but they can't. And Jacob actually requested, he said, Mama, he said, why is that light off on my jar? And I said, baby, I said, you want me to light a candle over? He said, yes. So he's starting to get keen too. And I lit it over his jar, because I made a jar for my son, for him specifically. But I have also, oh, you're in Atlanta. Okay, cool. So I also have a jar for my whole family. It's a family protection jar, but I'm gonna redo it. I'm gonna redo my family protection jar. Yeah, he's starting to really, really understand what's going on, because I had a talk with him the other day. I said, listen, I said, I know that you're getting messages, and I know that something's trying to get in your head. I said, but you gotta control yourself. He just got real quiet, and he was like, okay, mama. So you do gotta talk to your kids and let them know, because they just wanna, they just wanna corrupt your kids. You know what I'm saying? Just that they want a buddy. They don't want to be alone. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so my baby, he's getting better. And I want to make his elixir today too, because I ain't made it in a while, because that really protects the kiddos too, because they're very vulnerable. So, anyway, I'll catch y'all later. And if y'all have any questions, just contact me. Okay, I'm always here. And so they'll try to make it seem like, oh, well, there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, trust me, there's a lot that can be done with those people. And they can be banished, but they're so desperate to infect other people that they'll just hang around and, even though you done told them, look, you a parasite, go away, they're still hanging around, hanging on, because they don't have normal self-respect and pride like we do. So, it is what it is. But he does. He does. And they say that your youngest child represents your inner child. And I see a lot of me in him. So when I was younger, I was a cute little thing, but I was also very empathic, but I was a baby. So I imagine that I probably scared the hell out of my parents very early on. And they probably was like, oh God, what have I given birth to? But you gotta understand what is happening to your children. For real, for real. So, because I mean, it just, they're very intelligent, but you don't want them to be corrupted, because then they'll start to use their intelligence for bad things instead of for the greater good. Because I'm into that whole greater good thing. I don't like a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing happening in this world. Honestly, it's very traumatic for a lot of people. But keep the faith, keep your head up, keep your chin up, and watch out for these parasitic people. Okay. All right. I'll see y'all later. Love and light.